Greg.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike.
It was an odd show for you, a little bit.
Yeah.
We put a smile on your face by playing a couple of your songs. You didn't have a Back in My Day.
Right.
We only got you really in a rhythm maybe once or twice this show, and it's a post-game show, and I'd like the opportunity on a Greg Cody Tuesday to let you get some topics off.
What do you want?
Do you remember the things you had to talk about?
What's on your mind?
It's late in the game.
I know you wanted to talk about Manny Diaz.
Oh, we could go with Manny Diaz, sure.
You want to talk about Manny Diaz?
That's in your wheelhouse. Did you pulverize that yesterday?
I haven't spoken about Manny
Okay,
Diaz.
let's go there.
I haven't been asked.
We're already on the air.
We're there. Yeah.
We're
Go
already.
there.
We are? Okay.
We're on the air now.
Here's the thing. This is beautiful to me, and I love it because it puts that much more pressure on Mario Cristobal. A fellow ACC team, Duke, hires the guy that Miami fired to hire Mario Cristobal. And when you look back on Manny Diaz's career here, wasn't that bad. You could make an argument that they fired him a little prematurely. He had a much better record in 3 years than Manny does in 2. I'm just saying it adds another
it's a whole
layer.
third year there.
It adds another layer of interest to me in the coming season.
You're
Miami.
$10, Greg, because you have twice into the microphone.
3 times.
You have a cough button.
That
Cleared.
one was
Where is
off.
that?
No, he doesn't have a cough button.
Yeah, no, I really don't.
He's not going to
Only
understand that.
$5 then.
Can we support our guy?
I'm trying to.
I'm going to try
$5.
to. I'm going
told
to
he
try
does have a
to.
cough
Just
button.
$5.
You do have
does
a
have a cough
you do
button.
have a cough button now, and we tried to teach you this.
Right.
But I'd like to explain to the audience, after we had a very public showing of getting your hair cut, you now look like the cast members of the Jersey Shore 50 years from now. Your hair right now is something straight out of the movie Grease. What is happening?
Straight out of what?
The movie Grease, the famous.
Not the country.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't be
Okay,
offended.
the movie Grease.
He was telling me earlier that he tried to cut it himself. I mean, so that's a dangerous
Well,
game.
actually,
Yeah.
listen, so I did hear this. What happened? Because Greg Cody here got a very polished, very expensive, very fashionable
That he
haircut that he did not like. But I
Would
did.
hate a Greek haircut.
I just heard Stugotz ask Greg, is that a cut on your ear? And Greg said, yes, I had a mishap while trying to cut my own hair. What happened?
I wanted to give myself, because the haircut that I had here, supposedly a free haircut, but by the time you give the guy a lavish tip, you end up
which
reaching
gonna allow
you
you to-
stole from the fine bucket.
We're going to allow you to keep going, but that was really good he had on Manny Diaz. So
Thank you.
anxious to see where it was going.
Thank you very much. So I get the little razor thing, and I'm trying to give myself a very brief fade.
You're trying to fade your own hair.
Yeah, I'm gathered right on top of my ear, just a little subtle thing on each side.
Right.
So I can avoid going to the barber for another few months. And then the first time I tried it, it dug like a big patch out, and I'm still trying to cover it up. So I learned my lesson. You know what? I'm not going to try to cut my own hair anymore.
And did you enjoy your time on the Brian Seltzer Orchestra? Or
No, I don't know what you mean by that.
Jeremy, let's finally get to the top 5 silliest payments in baseball.
Before we do that, perhaps Greg now has a greater appreciation of hairstylists, of people who cut your hair, and you'll give him a better tip. No,
I
it's
gave
hard,
him
right?
a good tip.
Right.
Out
Out of the bucket.
I think I gave him $20. What's wrong with that for a tip for a haircut?
It wasn't your money.
You stole it from the fine bucket.
Yeah, no, it was there. It was a $20 bill. There, I took it. You know, in the post-pandemic era, I don't carry cash money anymore.
That's right.
No, what happened was I walked in, said, "Are you going to take care of this guy?" And he goes, "How so?"
Because I didn't have any money.
And then
in my
I go,
wallet.
And then he found some.
And then you go, "Look, there's a jar of money right there."
You know, if I should have given him a signed copy of The Pride of a Lion, but at that time the book hadn't come out yet. So there's a $20 bill sitting there. I grab it, you know, fully meaning to pay back the fine bucket. I just haven't gotten around to it
It's
yet.
yours.
Thank you for the reminder, by the way.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, damn right.
You owe Jessica $20. She reached into the fine bucket the other day after instant death, and there was no money in it. Somebody continues to steal the money out of the fine bucket. it's offensive to me. It's a fireable offense. It's a fireable. I don't fire anybody, and it's a fireable offense. Like there will be at some point me having to fire somebody if they get caught.
Yeah.
Stealing from the fine bucket.
That's going to be the thing that gets me fired?
It's going to get somebody fired. Like, we can't have someone who's a thief just stealing money so that Jessica, like, there was money in there. Jessica, I know, because I'm the only one who pays the fines.
Chris just insinuated that someone who no longer works here has flown back into town to steal the fine bucket money once again. For those of you who know the inside joke, there you go.
I have my theories.
Jeremy, let's finally get to this, because while I like the joke of never getting to your top 5 silliest payments in baseball, I actually have wanted to get to this for about 3 hours. So please, let's do it. Do you have any OLIs?
I do. I have 2 OLIs, because no longer Anthony Rendon. We already got to that
This
joke.
is next year. The
These
silliest
are
payments
upcoming,
next year.
correct. So in 2024, these baseball players will be paid this amount of money. So 2 OLIs, each at $2 million, equal to Shohei Ohtani. First, Joey Wendell. Then,
Good
he
utility
has
player.
yet to play in the major leagues. He's the number 1 prospect for the Milwaukee Brewers and was recently extended, Jackson Chourio. He will get paid the same amount of money
Great name.
as Shohei Ohtani. Number 5, at $38 million, the Oakland Athletics. Their whole team. $38 million. Number 4, of course, Bobby Bonilla. $1 million. Number 3, at $3.6 million from the Cincinnati Reds,
This is great.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, the kid.
How old is he? How old is the kid? Is he
I
Gino
think he's
Torretta's age?
51, I think.
I think Ken Griffey Jr. is Gino Torretta's age.
Number 2, at $9.6 million from the Baltimore Orioles, Chris Davis.
Junior?
Nope.
That's the same Chris
That's
Davis?
the same Chris Davis.
Yeah, the Orioles catcher.
Yeah, remember
did
that guy?
nothing but strike
Yeah,
out
the first baseman who
300.
struck out a
You
lot.
thought Senior moved on?
But at number 1, another strikeout king from the New York Yankees at $32 million, Giancarlo Stanton.
Greg Cody.
I mean, that's silly.
It is. It's all silly. Greg Cody, in a continued effort to get and mine the most out of you, I have found generally the best way to do that is to talk about you and the things you care about, which is you. The Pride of a Lion, the book is out. You should get it. It is a bestseller. It has been very popular. He did it with Ron McGill, who, I should say, would be an excellent game show host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Greg Cody is the host of the Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody. You should check out that podcast.
Fine.
And also, Greg Cody, if you want to get him engaged in subject matter, ask him about either his fantasy team or his Hall of Fame ballot, because he loves to tell people he's got a Hall of Fame ballot. So in an effort to get you involved in the show, and Mike Ryan, you better be ready in the event that he wants to go Lobos here, what do you want to do, Greg Cody, with the final 4 minutes that we have here? Do you want to do your Hall of Fame ballot, or do you want to do your fantasy league?
I'd like to do the fantasy. Yeah, it's been
It
very
is
dramatic.
time now for a weekly update on our favorite team, Rex Lobos. Here is their head coach and president of football operations, Greg Cody.
Dan, where you going?
Ain't you ready?
Thank you.
Stay
Thank
ready.
you. I have to tell everyone the Lobos did not have a great season. Okay, a few months ago we incorporated and patented the phrase America's most famous fantasy football team, AMFFFT. Put it on T-shirts, thousands bought it, and then what did we do with all that newfound attention? We took a during the fantasy season in PFPI Fantasy. We had a losing record. We were snake bit. Cooper Kupp was injured for a lot of the season.
Even you're bored by this.
Lamar Jackson just was up and down for me. You know, he's the all-time Lobo, L-Jack, but he just did not come through for me. And so I want to tease something. It's not official yet, but I want to tell the Dan Le Batard Show listeners, Greg's Lobos is thinking of a change at the top. We're thinking of firing head coach Greg Cody and bringing in a whole new regime to the Lobos beginning next season. These things are in the works.
Any candidates?
No candidate. Well, we're interviewing. We've begun the interview process, but Deion Sanders is a rumor. But I don't know if he wants to leave Colorado already. But we're going to see about that.
Right.
And
got to pay him, Greg.
Yeah, I know. But the transfer portal. If only it worked in fantasy. Am I right?
The transfer portal, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's the big news with Greg's Lobos. We're thinking of a big change at the top. Wow. But Lobos Nation, don't give up on the Bows, because we're going to come back stronger than ever next season. Thank you. Thank you very much. Drive safely.
I want to submit a resume to be your
be
your head coach.
When will there be some closure on this?
The offseason has just now begun. Matter of fact, the Lobos are in the non-championship round playoffs.
No one cares about the consolation
I
bracket.
know.
I hate
You
that.
do. My dad's always like, hey,
I don't
won.
participate.
Which seed are you?
Nobody should even. They shouldn't. Fantasy league should not even have that.
Right.
It should be the championship.
But Chris is saying you like it, though. You get into it.
I'm duty bound to field a team. Let's
Right.
put it that way. But
you have no choice.
Yeah, but we don't.
But if you had a choice.
No, you don't. It's all or nothing. There's no in-season tournament in the fantasy.
Ooh, there
league,
should
I'll tell
be.
you that.
In-season fantasy.
That I
Yo,
like.
that's hilarious.
Patent pending.
There's 3 weeks in the middle of the season where if you go 3-0, you win a little extra prize.
That would be funny.
How's PFPI looking?
This is hilarious, actually. We let my daughter, who's 5, and my brother's girlfriend in, and my brother's girlfriend, who does, she's just guessing. And she's winning the league right now.
She is. By only one game, though.
But she's guessing.
Uncle Dick is second, and the Lobos are third, quite frankly. But Tatiana does
Graceland not
consult.
doing well.
No, Graceland is 99 and 109. Not that I keep track. But, Tatiana is not guessing. She's not in first place without help. And there's no law against it. Don't get me wrong.
I think she's looking at the spreads.
She consults a brother,
perfectly legal.
perhaps. Yeah. No, it's legal. If she wins the championship as a rookie, as a PFPR rookie, she will have earned it. And she and Graceland right now are neck and neck for PFPR Rookie of the Year race.
Seems like only one of them should win.
And they're the only rookies.
Yes.
They're the only rookies.
One's in first place, one's in last.
Well,
It
yeah,
seems like
but-
an obvious
Options,
choice.
But the one in last place is making a real run at Ruth's Raccoon's long-standing record of 17 unique hits
Wow.
in 2007.
UHs.
How long has that been a record?
I think it was set in 2007.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, well,
Right,
we
yeah.
thought so.
Right.
We thought so, but Graceland had 2 unique hits this past week, has 13 for the season with, 4 weeks left? So it's going to be neck and neck whether or not she gets enough coonskins to capture that championship.